Hi, this is Brian behind the camera.
And Alexandra.
We're on episode number
6.
6.
So, we're hiking. We just hiked up an amazing mountain. How long is it? 25 minutes to hike up?
Maybe. Yeah, 25, 30. Usually it's a beautiful view. Today it's a beautiful view, but misty. So we don't have as much to show you as we thought we might, but we have a couple things we want to share today.
Yeah, so we're going to start off sharing. This is actually, I married myself up here. April 16th, I turned 30. And I married, it was 2 years ago now. So I wrote out my commitments to myself, of what I committed, essentially my vows to myself. And I came up here and did a meditation on this rock and just contemplated and thought about my vows to myself and really committing to living my authentic self and my authentic truths. And yeah, so this is a very sacred, beautiful spot for me.
This is when we had ended our engagement. So
yes.
we'd ended our engagement. Alexandra decided to marry herself while I was figuring my stuff out.
Yeah, so that's, I just want to share that. This is a little spot for me. Actually kind of around there, but anyways, so that, and then just, I want to appreciate Kim for her awesome comment on my blog about disciplines and practices of, you know, we're moving to Bali and we have some business stuff going on and creative projects and a lot of things going on in our life right now, along with packing our house and moving to Bali. So she just asked how we stay disciplined and committed to our practices. And it's in these times that we have to do these practices, and we're inspired to do them even more when we're stressed. And Babe has a great quote from the Dalai Lama.
Well, just the idea the Dalai Lama says that something along the lines of when he's busier, he meditates longer, right? So if he usually meditates for an hour a day, let's say this is rough, and he's got a really busy day, then he'll make sure he meditates for 2 hours that day. And for me, that basic idea has been huge. When I feel myself more stressed and I'm kind of at an edge and I'm challenging some ideas or challenging some people and challenging different dynamics, it's so important for me to go deeper into my practices. We talked about this, I think, in the 3rd episode on dealing with stress. But Alexandra's friend Kim just asked, well, how do you keep your discipline? And for us, it's all about making it the #1 priority. So when I look at my life and my work and our businesses and our creative endeavors and how we want to serve the world, you know, the meetings that happen during the day are secondary to the meetings that happen with ourselves. And our meditation, our journaling practice, our exercise, our nutrition, those are the top most important things during the day. Our relationship are the most important things we have during the day. The rest of the stuff fits in around that. That's really the way that we approach our lives. Then when we're super busy and there's a lot of moving parts, we now have kind of a compass. We can look at our compass and say, okay, if we do these things, we can have the stability and the foundation on which we can handle whatever storm we might be going through at this time. Whereas before, as I mentioned before, you know, we'd get busy and then those things would fall away, which is what Kim mentioned in her question is she does it for 5 days, she meditates and journals and exercises for 5 days, and then it just kind of falls apart. So I think it's really important to see how critical it is that we maintain these practices, and that's how we're going to give ourselves fully to our families and to our world. So that's one idea there. What else do you want to share on
I
that?
also want to say that it's also when we meditate or we have a period of time where our nutrition's on, our fitness is on, our journaling, our meditation, all of those practices are on, we get to this level of enthusiasm and we feel on top of the world. And then we think, oh, I don't need to do those practices. But you just have to have those practices consistently. And as you start feeling good, you want to let go of those things. You're like, oh, I don't need to eat that great today, or maybe I don't need to meditate today, but you really, really need to continue the practice through the highs and the lows and all of it, and just have it be your constant. I like what you said too, and I was thinking that as well, of your life fits around your rituals. Whatever your fundamentals are, whatever your rituals are, your life fits around those. Those are like business, important meetings that you have every day with yourself and your higher self. And
Yep. Well, and the idea that you'd never miss a meeting with the Dalai Lama or Obama or whoever your hero is, or Oprah, whoever, if you had a meeting scheduled with that person in your calendar, you'd never miss that meeting. That's how we approach our meditation. It's how we approach our exercise. It's how we approach our commitment to one another. That's the most important meaning. What's more important than connecting to your highest self on a consistent basis? And that leads us to a couple of things. Like, several things we could dance with. How much more do you want to talk about this?
I think we'll save that for another video. I
Yeah,
think that
that's
was
good.
awesome.
That's good. So then we had promised yesterday, we're just kind of on our hike, it's a little overcast, so we just decided to do some other stuff, but we promised
And
yesterday.
first I want to appreciate my baby. How articulate and amazing is he?
Oh.
I'm inspired back here by the camera and I'm like shaking my head like, yeah, yeah. Okay, anyways, yes, hiking.
Oh, soaking that up. Thank you. So, yeah, yesterday we did the strength workout just really quickly, showing you some ideas. Hopefully you dug that. And we promised to go to the track. Well, this morning, woke up, kind of doing our thing. Again, meditation, journaling, eating well, and having good discussions, and then came out here for the hike and realized we'd rather be in nature. Today we wanted to be in nature rather than on a track. What we're going to do, we just did a 25-30 minute climb up, pretty mellow but nice. And we're going to walk down, and then Alexander's going to sprint up once. Maybe
I'm going to do one.
I might recruit her to do a couple more, but we're going to do a couple of sprints, maybe 2 or 3 sprints up, and just kind of get a little bit of that burst. It's kind of like showering. When you work out intensely and do interval training, and you're out on the track and you can walk, and then you can kind of jog, and you can sprint for 100 meters, and then kind of walk, and then sprint another 100 meters and walk. It's a really cool way to kind of flush out your system, get your heart rate up, get your lungs working, and it's kind of like, I like to think of it like a shower. You kind of shower off, right, on your external body. Well, it's kind of like going to the internal car wash, and we turn it up, and we get that high intensity through aerobic exercise like that, through the strength workout too yesterday. But we're going to walk down and show you kind of what we're going to do in terms of the sprinting, and then we'll go from there. All right, we're walking down. Figured we'd film a little bit. So nature is huge. We were talking about this on the way up too. Being in nature is such a cool thing. It's such a grounding thing, whether it's going on a hike or going to a park or going to the beach and going for a swim or a surfing, a little trip out. It's just so cool to come back into nature and to ground. Wouldn't you say?
I love it.
What do you get out of it?
I have some of my greatest thoughts when I'm in nature, and I feel calm, relaxed, centered, and I think that nature is really, really healing as well.
Yep.
Just brings us to our authentic self.
Yeah, I agree with that. Well said. It's my favorite thing, really, to come out and do hikes. I used to do them every day, and now I'm doing them probably, yeah, you're doing a great job. 4 or 5, I don't know, sometimes 6 days a week now. Just come out and be with nature. We love it. So we're getting down to the bottom here, and what we're going to do is from here, are going to run back up there.
Ready to go.
Starting now. Go, Alexandra. So right about now, she's starting to feel it. She's continuing to go. She's feeling it a little bit more. Heart rate's getting up. Lungs are working. Good job. Nice. Yes. And she's up there, and it's my turn. See you later.